Pasha Paroh, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. So, everybody know the state of the masses right now. You know? And I'm the type that knows that a lot of knowledge comes from observation. Just plain observation. So, I've been watching the people. You know what I'm saying? And I've been just thinking. You know what I'm saying? I got questions. You know? I want to know what you all think about this. What has this pandemic taught you about the people around you? Whether that's your friends or just the people that you're around on a daily basis for other reasons. I'm gonna call this one. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna call this one. What did you touch? Paranoia. I mean, cause I'm seeing people hitting hand sanitizers like every 5 minutes. I mean, if hand sanitizer was a drug, you might OD. You might be ODing. If the mask was a new crack, you might be doing time. You see what I'm saying? It's now. You see there in the bottom, 10 out of 11 cells in you may be germs. What are you sanitizing? Sanitize what? Paranoia. We're gonna get into this. I'm gonna spin it around for you like a DJ. Alright? So, I got a story, man. It hit me. It was like, boom. So, I know this guy, right? And you know, you greet people. I'm one of the ones that I normally give you a little fist bump. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. My logic for years has been that the closed fist protects you from whatever somewhat that they might have been just doing. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you come from experiences where you're doing a lot of transactions with people that may not be the neatest, you may have developed similar habits. So you know, I give fist bumps, and then as soon as the it's not a rant against the government. It's not a anti anything. This is not an anti video. It's a pro video. It's very pro. It's just pro something that you may not have thought of maybe before you saw it. So if you didn't think about this, check out the last video. Topic, blind topic, and it'll help you digest new information, whether it's presented to you from me or someone else. Okay? Alright. So, you know, and I know a lot of y'all have people act like this to you too. So I just really curious how you feel about it. How do you really feel about that. And what are you gonna do after? After this is supposedly all gone. So you all had people that was dapping you up every day, and then the government said you should stand 6 feet away from everybody in the whole world. I mean, let's just throw out the window the people that are married or in relationships or live with people. Let's just throw that part out the window. We're just gonna throw that out the window like it don't even exist, because right away, if you're social distancing, then you already fucked up. I mean, like, you can't. Anyway, whole nother. So they said stay 6 feet away from everybody. Don't touch. And all the people, or I ain't gonna say all, because respect to the people who've been keeping it real with me and you throughout this whole ordeal. Respect the ones that never change. You see what I'm saying? Because they gonna be the ones there for you when shit go down. Alright, remember who was and who wasn't the same. So, here go the story. And I know you got stories like this too, and I wish there was a way you could all tell me. Maybe, you know, I don't care how long your paragraphs are if you drop them in the comments. I mean, that's what it's there for. I'm not gonna say I ain't got patience, alright? But have patience for me to get to them. But look, so you got the people that been dapping you up for like 10 years. The government say stop. And you went to give them the dap the next day, like, yo, what's up, man? They were like, oh, no. We can't do that. No mas. Right? So, I had a conversation with one of those people because I'm the type that I talk to people to learn. What the fuck is, what's in their head? You know what I'm saying? So, I said, man, how you gonna switch up on me like that? Like, you gotta understand that to me, you just created a trust issue. Because I don't have time to come in here every day or when I see you, try to waste the time and energy to figure out who you are today. Like, who you gonna be today? You gonna give me that? You gonna not give me that? I don't have time to think about this. So when you did that, I just scratched you off the list for eternity. I mean, because I don't got time to think about that. You see, there's no argument in my mind. You were who you were, but now you're not. It's a trust issue. You cause confusion. And I don't know what everybody else do with confusion, but I get rid of confusion in my life. So I was talking to him, I was telling him that. And he was like, oh, nah, man. You know, there's plenty of reasons why, you know, it makes sense. You know, you keep your germs over there. I keep my germs over here. And, you know, and I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's the same. You got the same germs you had 6 months ago. Give or take a couple million. I mean, we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you by the end of this video. I'm going to show you. Because when you, like, that's the problem with taking the time to learn and research stuff way, way, way before it happens. People don't understand you when it goes down. So, but it's like, yeah, keep your germs over there. I keep my germs over here. That's best for the, you don't want to take it home to the family. And then all this stuff and 40 minutes. 40-minute conversation on why everything that was said, the government, news and the CDC and all this stuff weeks ago was the motivation behind why this disconnect, right? Cool. 5 minutes after the conversation ended, right? He like, all right, y'all, I'm ready to go get something to eat. And then this third party person says, oh, where you going? Right? He like, I'm going such and such. And then that third party person was like, yo, can you get me something while you're there? Yo, but I'm saying, look, think about this for a second. And they go, sure. They said, here, I'm going to give you my card. And you take my card and get me such and such. And I was just looking. Because people say things. And they be so sincere when they say it. And they don't realize how hypocritical they really are. And you talking to an analyst. You just spent 40 minutes. I had to talk to him when he got back. I said, yeah, man, you spent 40 minutes talking to me about why you were anti-fist bump with your paranoia, right? And then somebody tell you go fetch them lunch, and you take their card, you take the note, the paper that they just wrote on, and you got that. His response was, well, man, I can go and get the hand sanitizer after I get done with the card and stuff. If that's really how you feel, then you can get the hand sanitizer after you fist bump and you wouldn't have had to change shit with me. But I'm the crazy one. You see, what I learned about this is that it gives an opportunity for people to tell you how they really feel about you. If they ain't want to be next to you now before, now they got reason not to be next to you. Or they got an excuse. They got a politically correct excuse. I ain't wore a mask except for my steampunk mask, which ain't filtering nothing since this thing started. Cause I know it's somebody technical out there like, yeah, in the beginning you were at the studio, we see you here, you had your little mask on. That's not filtering the air. It's a prop. I ain't had no mask on. I ain't wearing no gloves because I come from a different place. I guess in here. You know what I mean? I remember being a Boy Scout, out camping and temping. You didn't take a shower until you got home sometimes, weekend camping, because there was no shower. Like my mind is I'm always on this shit that could end tomorrow at any given moment. Can you survive? How you gonna survive if the whole everything shut down and you gotta be out in the wilderness with your rifle, with your gun, hunting, fishing, whatever it is you do, and you talking about some damn hand sanitizer. I don't know. I don't know if we should rock together. Because if shit get real, you might be a trust issue. Now, this is not saying go take a shit and don't wash your hands afterwards and come give me that. This ain't saying scratch your balls and then make me a salad. But what I'm saying is, what? WTF? Why are you being so artificial? Now, to conclude that conversation, and I'm just amazed with people. There's groups of people made billions of dollars. Billions of dollars off of what? Paranoia. So at the end of that, I said, so what you gonna do when the government tells you can come back outside? You gonna be dapping people up, shaking people? Well, I'm on edge right now because of everything. But, when I see it dies down, I'll probably go back to shaking people's. I said, well, look, don't worry about shaking my hand or giving me dapped in. How y'all feel about that? I mean, did you stop to think about what the people around you might have just did? What did they just broadcast to you? Why? Because I don't comb my beard? I clean it, it's shampoo, it gets wet, and then it shrivels back up. I like it like that. I like it like that. What, you think you don't want to... Oh, I'm dirty? Is that how you feel? Oh, better yet, you're clean. That's what you really mean. Like, you're not really saying I'm dirty, you're just saying you're clean, right? Got you. Keep your clean ass over there. Because look, I know shit that you ain't thinking about. And what I know is the person that coughed on their hands in 2018 and you were shaking their hand is the same person that coughed on their hands in 2020 and you might not be shaking their hand but because of this, but what, all these years before, they done gave you all their germs already. You already got them. Look, what's it all about? This video only for the not man-made. YNS7 might only be for the not man-made. These conversations everybody ain't ready for. This reality, some people don't know. Now let's get into this here. First of all, where I want to start with y'all at today. Let's go here with it. Paranoia. Mental derangement. Madness. Mentally ill. Insane. They done deranged your mind. You was on this path, now you don't even want to go outside. Madness. Mentally ill. Mentally ill. What's the diagnosis? Mentally ill. I don't know if I want that type of person. That's why they're not in my That's why you better off where you are. You see what I'm saying? You might just be. This is crazy. I put a picture up. I should have put this on here. I could do it, but I ain't gonna do it. Look, they had the little credit card, debit card thing with a sandwich bag over it, like you was gonna push the buttons, and it was gonna protect you from everything because the sandwich bag was covering the credit card swipe key and button pin number thingy. Whatever you all call it, right? And I put it on my Facebook and my Instagram. If you haven't already, you can find me on IG and Facebook, Pasha Paroh. You can Google Pasha Paroh, everything come right up. Alright? That's how you spell it. And I said, this is just like reusing a condom over and over and over again. What's the difference? The person before you touched the bag, you come along and touch the bag. What did it doing? I can't believe that certain people would allow the small businesses, the mom and pops, the companies, the families suffer for that, because some people suffered from this economically. Think about the people that their way of life and actually getting the things was destroyed for 8 weeks because of your paranoia. And you're not going to really see the true effects of your paranoia in your local economy for about another 2 years. That's when it's going to hit you and be like, damn, we really shouldn't have stopped doing what we was doing, because look at what happened there. That's that mental derangement. That's that madness. That's that mentally ill shit. But y'all call me insane. I mean, they call us insane. I'm good with my insanity, if that's how you see it. But what I know is, y'all paranoia just affected a lot of people. No disinfectant. Now let's look at this. What's a germ? You don't even know these words. You don't even know what they don't even know what they mean. They just repeat them. The news said virus. And they got hand sanitizer, and the hand sanitizer bottle says it kills 99.9% of all germs. It ain't say nothing about no viruses. Y'all just bought every bottle of hand sanitizer, and all y'all killing is germs, and the viruses are having a field day because all the germs are gone. See, a germ, it says, is a bud or sprout. A little bit later, it was the earliest form of a living thing. Some people are germs. They the earliest form of living things. Right? But let's get down to it. The earliest form of living thing doesn't state if that bud or sprout is good or evil. It didn't say the earliest form of disease. It didn't say the earliest form of living things that cause pandemics. It didn't say the earliest form of living things that make you ill. of a living thing. Even if you come forward to what the slang for it is today, it still says the sense of the seed of a disease is recorded in 1803. Almost 400 years later, they start using it as slang to mean the seed of disease. And then later after that, it was with the sense of a microbe or microorganism. But in the beginning, truly what it means is the earliest form of living thing. Now what's a virus? Because see, they knew what a virus was. Because the virus was defined in 1932. But y'all didn't check this out before y'all went and bought 500 bottles of hand sanitizer. Come talking about you ain't want to touch thy neighbor. The one you came and asked for sugar the week before. The one you came and borrowed the money from the week before. You didn't hand sanitize that cash. Even when you were doing business last week, if you weren't borrowing, you didn't hand sanitize that cash. You didn't hand sanitize that product. When you got it, oh, you think it didn't exist until they told you on the news? Is that how you feel? And they think they so smart. The news said, and this is why I do. Hey, you don't crash the economy because you didn't really want to touch somebody. The virus was already defined, and they said that was a venomous substance. Poison, sap of some plants, slimy liquid. And then 400 years later, from that, almost, they start making the same shift. The meaning of a poisonous substance or agent that causes an infection or disease is a virus. Beware. So if they knew a virus was a venomous substance, maybe it makes sense why a germ is just a bud or sprout, one of the earliest forms of a living thing. You might got microscopic trees on your hands and you up here killing them. It might be a whole earth on your thumb with little microscopic rivers and oceans and little microscopic trees and birds and shit that's in their own little world in their germ habitat, and here you come smearing them with hand sanitizer, just causing mass extinction. But see, here's the catch. Some of those germs might have been good for you, and you don't know the ratio between the good germs and the bad germs. And you hand sanitize and kill 99.9% of all the germs and ain't touch one virus. Because a virus is more complex. Possibly. So you don't, how many people, well, the statistic I want to see from the CDC, how many people use hand sanitizer every day and got a COVID-19? I'm just saying, we're not even gonna go there. Alright, look, let's get into this. Let's get into some information here. People just... So, this is kids' health. The term germs refers to the microscopic bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa that can cause disease. First of all, you already see how the wordplay going on here. Alright? We already know the slang. They done changed the way you feel like the word means, because, or way some people feel like the word means, because they don't go by what it really means. They go by what people tell them to think it means. That's why there's so much confusion today. So the vibration of the germ, right, we've already established, is the bud, a sprout, the earliest form of a living thing. So when you go here, you can see how they say very cleverly, all this refers to the microscopic bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa that can cause disease. It didn't say it will. And I think, in my opinion, it's amazingly written, because that accounts for the ones that don't cause disease, without telling you that some germs don't cause disease and some germs might actually be good for you. What order I want to go with this? So here, is a virus a germ? In modern times, in modern times, the term germ isn't widely used in formal science. I wonder why. Maybe because it really means bud or sprout, earliest form of a living thing. And if you start talking about it like that, you might have to tell everybody. Instead, disease-causing objects are referred to by what type they are. Viruses and bacteria are types of germs, as are certain types of fungi, protists, and prions. I mean, if you gonna let the Pied Piper, if you gonna sign up and let the Pied Piper play the pipe and walk you off the cliff, at least research the height of the cliff before you do. I mean, at least you just want to at least know how much time you got during the fall. If nothing else, I'm just saying. Where I want to go next? Did you look this up? And I'm not saying these examples are gold. What I'm saying is, I like to go by the original meaning, the original vibration. That's what I go by. And then when I look at all this modern stuff, it either the people that know what they doing when they write it, they know this stuff. And then they put a spin on it in the news or whatever, and got y'all all crashing the economy. No, let's go back. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, they don't use this word. They don't use this word in modern times in formal science, but you just went and spent how much on hand sanitizer to kill 99.9% of germs. And I don't even think if they went into like real particular detail that viruses and bacteria, you can say they're types of germs, I guess. But some viruses, they're more complex. You know what I mean? They're talking about microorganisms that's got some complexity to it. The earliest form of living life, is like a cell. It might even be a component to a cell or something. I don't know. It's pretty small. Excuse me. So let's get into this. But you buying all the hand sanitizer. So, are there good germs on your hands? Now look at the manipulation here. Are there good germs? And this is healthline.com. Are there good germs on your hands? They didn't even look. The question was, are there good germs on your hands? The answer says these bad bacteria are the reason why we diligently disinfect our hands. And the question was, are there good germs on your hands? It didn't even address if there's good right off the bat. You see what I mean? You could have said yes, or yes, but they put the yes way at the end of the statement after they hit you with the shock and all. Check it out. These bad bacteria. What are these bad ones? Where's the list of that at? Right? I'm trying to see a ratio here. You know what I'm saying? Because if we got 20% bad and 80% good, then maybe you might not be wanting to wash your hands with hand sanitizer every 5 minutes. You're stripping too much good stuff off you. If it's 99.9% bad and only 0.1% good, then okay. But where are these numbers at? But check it out. These bad bacteria are the reason why we diligently disinfect our hands and wipe down our kitchen and bathroom sinks, as well as any other places where germs tend to congregate. In fact, our bodies are home to an estimated 100 trillion good bacteria, many of which reside in our gut. I made you my business so we can trade these secrets. Because they're not really secrets. They're only secrets to some people because they never took the time to look. In fact, our bodies are home to an estimated 100 trillion good bacteria. Now, combine what you learn in science about osmosis. You rubbing this stuff on your hands that supposedly kills 99.9% bacteria. Does it not go inside of you? I know somebody out there said, nah, I can't know. It just cleans your hands and surface. These are the same people that's buying vitamin E lotion. If it didn't go inside you, what you need vitamin E in your lotion for? You rubbing the lotion on your hands, talk about, how I don't even use lotion. But those people rubbing the lotion on their hand, talking about, it made me so I get vitamin E. And you gonna tell me that the hand sanitizer ain't being absorbed into your bloodstream? And if it's being absorbed in your bloodstream, and there's 100 trillion good bacteria in your body, and it kills 99.9% of all bacteria, I'm just saying. This ain't for everybody. If it ain't for you, I understand. But for the people that's for, you gonna let them get this message. And for the people you know that need this, go ahead and share it. You know what I mean? I just took some clips, just so this could make sense. how it really looks. You went all day not touching nobody, and then I mean, all right, look. It says the soap really killed 99.9% of bacteria. First of all, that's a good question. Because how do you know? How do you know the bacteria that they used to kill this in their little qualification experiment wasn't some representation of some weak bacteria or some weak germs, excuse me, or just 1,000 germs? They said we got this mixture in a petri dish of 1,000 different germs, and we dropped some soap, antibacteria, hand sanitizer, and when we measured it, first of all, how you measure? You talking volume? Oh, because in volume you don't know how many. Anyway, so. And we killed 99.9% of all the germs by this product. And you're like, ooh, it kills 99.99% of all germs. This is what we should buy. And then they tell you that there's, the same people tell you that there's 80 million. That's the number of germs exchanged in a kiss. So, some bacteria are good for our bodies. This is back to kids' health. See, they just got done destroying germs' reputation. Then they want to come back and say, oh, some bacteria / virus. Because see, remember what they said earlier, viruses and bacteria are types of germs. This is what they try to tell you. So now, if it's going to say some bacteria are good for your body, then you got to mentally make the connection that they're also saying that some viruses are good for your body. And I also got to connect that some germs are good for your body. Because if if they're saying bacteria and viruses are types of germs, and then another statement says, well, some bacteria are good for your bodies. They help keep things in balance. Good bacteria live in our intestines. Now if everything else is shaky and created a trust issue, like the dude that all of a sudden didn't want to touch you no more, you can't really make me believe that the only place they live is in our intestines. I kind of think I know there are more places than that. Good bacteria live in our intestines and help us use the nutrients in the food we eat and make waste from what's left over. We couldn't make the most of a healthy meal without these important helper germs. So, which one is it? Are they this tyrannical thing? Or are they a whole ecosphere as diverse as life on Earth itself? So why are you spreading something that's gonna kill 99.9% supposedly of germs if you made up of 100 trillion good ones? Hold on. I got stuff here for you. Here you go. It says, this is from a government report, because some of y'all only trust the government. The human body contains trillions of microorganisms, outnumbering human cells by 10 to 1. that means, what is, hold on. 11 divided by 10. No, I did that wrong. 10 divided by 11. 90% of the cells in your body, per the government, are microorganisms that are not your human body cells. On a good day, when you're feeling good. But because they are small size, however, microorganisms may only take up about 1 to 3% of the body's mass. So that means that in a 200-pound adult, that's 2 to 6 pounds of bacteria. But they play a vital role in human health. You're supposedly made up of like 70% water. So more of you, more of the 90% of the cells of your existence don't even belong to you. They're microorganisms. 90% of your cells are foreign invaders. That's not part of your human being. And you're only 70-something% water. I don't care if that means 2 to 6 pounds, because that don't even make sense. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. So who cares about that shit? Because in some cases of biology, they're saying that you're a bunch of different kinds of bacteria and organisms and viruses that learn to work together in a system. That's another conversation though. That's another topic. So my thing is this though, right? Why they worried about touch this mask? Again, go back to osmosis. Cause see, to me, look, hold on. I got off track a little bit. Let me show you this picture. You see that? That's what I think of when I think about what y'all afraid of. The people that are afraid, this is what I think. Because the shark, these fish around it are basically parasites. They swim around. Some different types of them actually stick to the shark or the whale. And when the shark eat, they feed off of the little stuff that fall off and be in the water right around them, and then they go back to traveling with the shark. The shark likes them because it helps keep them clean. It would be like the shark getting a bottle of fish sanitizer, fish killer, and wipe it down with it, killing off all these fish, and then wondering why. Then the shark starts to wonder why the shark feeling bad and getting ill. Just pause it if you want to, and just look at that, and just let it go deep into your cerebellum. You know what I'm saying? Observation is knowledge. Everything in nature has something smaller living around it and off of it. But you clean. You clean. You so clean, you ain't want to give your neighbor that. But you borrow the money You talk to him when you need something, etc., etc., etc. Think about that. Where's the paranoia? Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Mental derangement, madness, mentally ill, insane. Maybe this wasn't a pandemic. Maybe it was paranoia. But my thing is this. Y'all, those people are so worried about their hands. And they wearing a mask. And they got gloves on. Like the rest of their body ain't exposed. If you got on shorts, I got on a short sleeve shirt right now. If I'm wearing gloves and a mask, what's the vulnerable areas? First of all, your shirt getting all that, and guess what? You probably gonna take the gloves off before you take your shirt off. So there you go. You're contaminated. But even before you get there, if you walking through, my thing is this. Look at this picture here. The cars are colored with pollen. Now when you walking down the street, you don't just see the pollen just floating in front of you. This is germs. Let the pollen be germs in your brain for about 60 seconds. You walking down the street, you don't see the pollen in the air unless by that time you know it's really thick. You see the pollen collecting on the cars, on the street, on the buildings. So it don't take a genius to know that the air is full of germs, virus, and bacteria. Supposedly that's why you wearing a mask. But you left your arms exposed like you ain't got pores. So when the pollen collect on your arms, or the germs, the viruses, and the bacteria, and get down in your sweat glands and fall into your pores, like it ain't going into your bloodstream. You got the mask on, but you ain't got no safety glasses. Like that air ain't flowing up into your eyeball, and you blinking that joint into your brain. You ain't got no earplugs. Don't you know the ear spirals around and goes right down to your throat? But you protected. You clean. You keep your germs over there. I keep my germs over here. You ain't got no head wrap on. It's in your hair. And just like it's in your arms, it's all on your forehead. I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Who you fooling? Or better yet, who fooled you? Because in reality, you look just like those cars. You covered with it. Now the external people running around scared. They mask, gloves. You stay back from me because you externally influence. All my internally influenced people, they're the ones that blame themselves. See, the external people, they want to blame everything around them for everything. The internally influenced people, they blame themselves when something goes wrong. You know what they're going to do? They take ownership. And you know what they did? They made sure their vitamins and minerals was up. They made sure they got sun. They made sure their immune system was strengthened. And they came up and said, hey man, what's up? And then you were like, oh! They're like, what's wrong with you? My music ain't for everybody. So I'm okay. I'm not desperate. I don't need everybody to like it. The people that it's for is getting it. You know what I'm saying? Same way. This message ain't for everybody. It's for everybody, but some of them, like in the last video we already discussed, some of them, the topic, they're not ready for the topic. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and join, subscribe. You know what I mean? I got that content for the conscious consumer. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of mind dumbing down content out there. If you want, this is on a conscious vibe. Share it with the people repping what we rep. God feel me on this one. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying come out of the bathroom after taking a shit and shake my hair. But I'm saying, if you lay a steak down on a stone, or you lay a fish down you caught on a rock, and you cut it up out in the wilderness, and you cook it, some of y'all ain't gonna be able to do that because you're too worried about hand sanitizer. So some of y'all, if the world changed tomorrow and the electrical grid went down and there was a war going on or there was some crazy mess going on, y'all gonna just commit suicide. Y'all ain't even got a chance to survive. Y'all gonna be too worried about a shape up. Did I get through everything here? Yeah, we did that. We covered that, right? We covered this. Got you. Yup. Oh, look, the air you breathe, they say, it's live science. I'm not saying this is actual factual, but what you gotta realize is never mind. Equation is the air you breathe is teeming with life. You can read it how you want to. I'm a man of equations, not variables. They said the air you breathe is teeming with more than 1,800 kinds of bacteria, including harmless relatives of microbes associated with bioterrorist attacks, according to a new study. You got living things in the air that they use supposedly for bioterrorists, but you worried about touching the person you walk past every single day. You walk past them every day. You walk past them every day. So that means that after some period of time, this is what you look like with whatever they got, whether you realize it or not. If you've been wearing a mask, did you smell your own fart? Because if you can smell it, then I'm just saying that means something got through your mask. I'm just saying. This is what you look like, no matter what. I'll be the shark. I'm surrounded by sharks. I don't know what world you from. Let's get to these cards. Alright. Cause let me know how y'all feel in the comments. You know what I'm saying? get to the cards. I need to create an email address because that would be much simpler for y'all for these tarot readings, so I can get back to y'all as quick as possible. But I appreciate your patience. In the meantime, I got a lot of things going on. I don't like to make excuses. Everybody got things going on. But it just dawned on me just a moment ago that maybe it might be helpful for you all if I gave you an email address. So I think I'll work on that. I'm just saying. So when it all goes back to quote unquote normal, or as close as they're gonna get it to normal, these people that didn't want to be around you, you gonna let them back around you? Let me know in the comments below if you gonna let the people back around you when it's all said and done. Pull this card here and see what it's talking about. So contagious. They made you feel like you were so contagious. They gonna come back talking about, hey, buddy. On some Chucky stuff, like friends to the end. How you go? Because though, I mean, I really feel like, you know, if something went down and the government or the police or whoever was like, you know, picture anything, 1984, Hunger Games, whatever, just the news popping up saying, hey, this is the faces of the people that we're after for, it could be a reason that everybody knows BS. They gonna be the ones to turn you in. I mean, if they do everything that the news tell them to do, all the news got to do is say that it's something wrong with you, and they'll all turn against you because they can't think for themselves. All the perceived authority figures got to say is that you are the germ, and they will try to sanitize you. This is who's around you. This was the best thing that could ever have happened right now. Because I know y'all feel me, because let's go back to this. A lot of us was just beginning. A lot of your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters were just getting to the point where they were coming out of the struggle and beginning to form their earliest form of living. You see what I mean? They done had ups and downs. They done came up a little bit, fell off a little bit. They done learned some lessons, and they were just beginning to form a living thing. Maybe we were the germs, and the virus was the paranoia that went and disrupted everything. Derangement, madness caused, and the mentally ill were easily identified. So let's get this card pulled. Holla. magician. Hold on a second. I like these cards. Let me give you a better look at this. So the magician, right? Check that joint out. Magician, the old name for the magician is the illusionist. I enjoy this. I really do. It's the illusionist. It's the illusionist. Cause they don't know they covered. They don't know they covered because they putting themselves in an illusion that they clean. They clean. And their paranoia is you. Oh my God, don't touch me. Let's get into it. The archetype is the creator, the heavenly father. We're talking about Mercury here with the astrological. So let's get into it. So the general meaning is quickness, initiative, resourcefulness, ability to persuade others, and luck. So somebody's quickness, took initiative, they had the resources and the ability to persuade others into mental derangement, madness. They didn't realize how mentally ill and insane they were because of the illusionists. They blamed you. Stand back. Let's get into this. Magic. So the event of this card is loss and communication with siblings. Look at all the loss your brothers and sisters of this nation has suffered because of your paranoia. Think about it. If you weren't one of the ones that were acting all crazy, then you know that I'm not talking about you. I'm talking with you about what we're all going through because of these people. Now, the people that were in the pool of those people, this is an opportunity for you to see what you really look like, because you so busy talking about you clean, and to the people who know, you look just like this. So in the business and work, authority, luck, resolute actions, initiative, employee, studies in the high school. I'm bringing you high knowledge here. This knowledge ain't belief, because I only speak in equations, not the variables. Let's get back to it. So, in relationships, it's fascination and affection. Now, in other words, some of your friends, quote unquote, got you real fascinated right now, if you think about it, about your relationship. Where was the affection? because they were thinking you were going to affect them, and there was a loss of affection. That was the effect of their paranoia. So, health, pain. A person might be in the hospital or visiting a clinic. They either in the hospital or visiting a clinic. They talking about they want to get tested. They about to get the whole country chipped up because they're paranoia. How about we check all them in for suffering from mental illness, mentally derangement, for their madness. I'm just saying. What if that was it? See? Pain. Person might be in a hospital or visiting a clinic. Psychological characteristics is usefulness, cognitive process, sociably, creative work, naturally, ability to concentrate without putting any effort. Cause see, you all was talking to them, you was trying to tell them. They waited 8 weeks for the CDC to come out and tell them the same thing you told them before it even got started. But they didn't trust you. They trusted the person 4,000 miles away that they never saw before, and they don't even know their name, that signed some document that they didn't even read. But somebody told them that they told them that somebody told them that somebody said it was okay. See, you got the ability to concentrate without putting any effort. This was light work for you. You was like, hold up. What you mean you clean? I ain't got to think about this right now. Don't you know you look like that? No. And because you didn't put together a 47,000 page report and have a peer review of panelists from people that all getting paid from ignorance. They said you're crazy. And they look in the mirror every day and don't see. Still don't see that this is what they look like. Hold on. I gotta give you the close-up view. Cause see, look at me closely. Cause I'm gonna let you know. There's some germs on me. I like my germs though. Because if they there, that's where they supposed to be. Right there. Because, I shower, I clean, you know what I mean? And I ain't been sick in like 20 years. Because I think my body needs a little introduction of what the earth has out there, because I be out there in the earth. Let me get back to this. And my favorite soap is the Hip Castile soap. The Dr. Bronner's. No plug. Just love. And peppermint. Alright. So, cognitive process. Man, this is the perfect card. I'm glad this jumped out. They ain't really jumped out. I picked this one. The last two shows, they was just flying out the deck. They was like, me, I got something to say. This one, I just felt that this one was it, so it came out. But look, cognitive process, right? It's one of the psychological characteristics of the magician, and we're talking about paranoia. It's not paranoia, a cognitive process. Mental derangement, madness, mentally ill, they insane. looking at you funny because they insane. Break out quarantine. What else? Sociability. They done messed up everybody's sociability because of the paranoia, how they infected your cognitive process. Creative work, right? So the advice of this card is believe in your abilities. Abilities to deal with various problems. Don't stop learning. You can't give a more concise message to conclude or end the conclusion of this discussion, of this topic. Believe in your abilities. The shark doesn't say, I'm not gonna go to this part of the ocean because I don't know about the germs there. Can you wipe it down for me before I come in? The shark goes where it wants to go because it knows. It doesn't believe. It knows. Its immune system is designed to keep it safe. It believes in its own abilities. Do you? Do you believe in your own abilities? See, I know my own abilities. I done been around sick people and I ain't get sick. That don't mean that you ain't get what they got. It just means that your body was strong enough to fight it off. You may have got stuff you didn't even know you had. How they say Magic Johnson got what he got, but his wife didn't. Obviously, you know what I mean? Obviously, man, that's another. Look. Abilities to deal with various problems. So take out the word problems and put in germs. You need to know when you are in the right state. Your immune system is ticking on that Geiger counter properly. That you are in the what it say? You have ability to deal with various germs. Cause you the magician, man. Be the magician. Alright? And don't stop learning. That's all I do is learn. Like I said, I talk to people I talk to people to learn about what your perspective. I know what I know. What we don't know is what we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So let me hear what you think. Some of y'all ain't even able to have a conversation. You too busy saying you don't want to hear that because somebody told you that last week or said something like that last month, or 20 people done told you something that sounded similar to that before, but you never asked the person that's talking to you now why they said it, what it meant to them, because there's only about 2,200 words in the English language that only have any value. All the rest of them are clones or synonyms of the original 2,200 or whatever it is. So the moment you go somebody said something like that to me before, without asking them what it means to them. Anyway, that's paranoia. So, don't stop learning. You know what I mean? I showed you clips from various different resources today that when you know the truth, you can see how they all telling you the same thing. But any one of them can be used to spin any paranoia if the person don't know no better. So the warning of this card is a shadow. The one inside. Liar, manipulator, charlatan. I'm just saying, you can't make this up. Your paranoia might have turned you into the liar, the manipulator, the charlatan. You might be distancing yourself from people you're going to try to tell 2 months from now you always kept it real with them. So the result is the ability to control destiny. Seek for one's goals and realize what is imagined. Ability to control destiny. Seek for one's goals. Realize what is imagined. Pasha Paroh. It's YNS7. Thank you for tuning. The replay.